the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their minds, don't care about the dirty looks. Yo, I take for what it took to be a crook. Push your head, yo, I'll never...
Hey, everyone. It's a Sunday special here presented on the Gorilla Position Network inside the Gorilla Position. I am the host, Jason Rumble, and let me bring in the boys as they entered the room. Mr. AJP, Adam Jack Kelly. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
All right, let's get this party started. The APOC, Stiff Mike, having technical difficulties right now. He cannot hear us. And Mr. Jimmy Fingers, right now, he looks like Felger and Maz. You look like Michael Felger and Jim Murray on Thursday afternoon on Felger and Maz, as they did it live from one Michael Felger's house.
That's right.
It's looking beautiful down there in Massachusetts.
Yes, it is. Everything's good.
Yeah. When do you plan on closing your pool?
After I take a piss.
End of September. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, zucchinis.
Mike, if you do that,
Yeah.
do that, Mike, the brown ring goes around you. I got that what do you call it? That formula that it goes in if you pee in the pool. The blue ring goes around you, so you'd be guilty.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to be guilty of nothing because I'm going to show you how to do it because you're an idiot. That's why.
Well,
Happy 53rd, brother.
Yeah, fuck you.
What's it, 52?
51, you jackass.
All right. I thought you was 2
And I
years.
still look better than everybody on this panel.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a little gray, but I got
A
all my
little
hair.
gray. Listen, bald is beautiful. I get more pussy being bald than I did with hair.
Good
so
for
shut
you.
up.
Good for you, buddy. I love you.
well, I like to start off by saying that anybody that thinks AEW is a better product than WWE right now should be taking the pills I take.
That's my king, baby.
No, asshole. That's you.
I will get right back to it. I have my neighbor knocking at the door. I will jump right in on this topic as soon as I return.
Listen,
AEW's done.
Forbesy, you
They're
put up
done.
that post. You put that post up calling yourself out, you clown.
Hey, man, what's wrong with wanting to see another wrestling company succeed, man?
True enough, but they've never
It's
been
over.
competition with WWE, and now with the storytelling that WWE has right now, they don't have a chance at ever being competition.
Nope. Nobody saw them as competition. They saw them as an alternative, a good alternative, possibly. but not-
AEW thought they were competition, but they never were.
Yeah.
The ratings dictate that they never were, but they were a good. They had the potential to be a good alternative, and Tony Khan blew it. He's a money mark, just like you said, Mike, and that's how he's running the company.
Absolutely.
And now it's all backfired. Had he assigned Regal, Arn, Malenko as part of creative, they could have done okay. But he didn't do that.
Regal's on his way out.
Yeah, it's not WWE.
Mike, they're all on their way out. They're gonna ask out, and he buys Ring of Honor for what? For what? I love Ring.
He bought Ring of Honor just so WWE couldn't get it. They didn't want it. They don't need it.
And now he's
I think the
cramming
problem-
12 fucking titles on 2 hours of primetime television. It's over. It's like TBS is not going to renew them. They're going to be a internet show and then be out of business. He fucked up. There's no fixing it now.
One of the big problems with AEW is everybody in the fishbowl wants the power, and Tony Khan doesn't know what to do. Like, he's hearing from so many heads trying to figure out what's good for the
He's
product.
a mark, not a boss. He's a mark, not a boss. He can be a boss, right? have a team, and then say, okay, yes or no this. That's all. He can't
Do you
be
think if
writing
he went
creative.
into his
He doesn't
company,
know how.
the fan went into WWE, that AEW would be afloat right now?
No.
No. Tony Khan had the chance to capitalize when WWE was at its weakest, and he just fucking signed everybody, and he blew it. It's over.
So
It is fucking over.
The rumor going around is that your boy Bray Wyatt's about to sign a multi-million-dollar contract.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah. Of course he is. And he's probably saying, yeah, before I sign this contract, I want this, 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 and this.
And Triple H will give it to him, and I can guarantee you right now, if he does sign, he'll show up next Saturday.
I don't think so.
I do.
think,
I do, because you know why? They sold over 80,000 seats in that arena. It is sold out.
So is he going to give Drew a fuck finish because Roman's going over?
I don't know.
He can cause a fuck finish. That'll be good enough for me.
Yeah, but also Survivor Series sold out in 10 minutes.
The AEW, 2 shows AEW has in Toronto here in a couple months, they sold out in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so,
but, dude, All Out is going to be
Canadians
the
don't know what's
fucking
good.
death nail. All Out is going to be the death nail, dude. Pay-per-view guys, all of that shit, it's going to be the death. They don't have a card. They don't have a fucking world championship match. It's going to be a fucking disaster.
No, yes, they do. They're going to run back
Absolute
Punk
disaster.
and Moxley.
Nobody wants to see it, Mike.
Nobody wants to see Punk anymore. He's
Nobody
becoming
wants
the
to
biggest
see it.
bitch in the business.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
kinda
pulling
hard
the
to
same
argue.
crap. He's pulling the same crap that he did in WWE.
There's nobody there to pull the reins to be like, okay, Punk, you can't do that.
There's too many. Yeah, there's too many guys that want those reigns. That's the problem.
Well, no, it's not even that. If Tony Khan was smart, he would give the buck to Regal. But now people don't want it.
Regal, Malenko, fucking, he's got the guys back there to fucking do it.
Even Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn has a great head.
No, Jerry Lynn. Nobody said AEW doesn't got the fucking talent, but you got to know how to fucking book it, dude. You got Alex Reynolds rolling up fucking Malachi Black on a fucking Friday night at fucking 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
And even Miro coming down, it still doesn't make sense.
Nothing.
Malachi, everybody was blowing Malachi Black, but guess what he is? He's a mid-carder right now. That's all
He's
he
not
is.
a mid-carder, Mike. He's booked like a mid-carder. He could be better
That's
than
what I'm saying.
is.
That's what I'm saying.
It is a fucking disaster, dude. Absolute disaster. You got because of Jeff Hardy's
WCW 2.0.
Because of Jeff Hardy's DUI, right? The titles were supposed to go on the Hardy Boys, right? So they end up on Swerve Scott, and now you're looking at Swerve and fucking Keith Lee versus the Acclaimed.
I like the Acclaimed. I'm sorry.
I do too, but they're NXT. To me, that's NXT middle tier.
They're not ready yet.
Ready.
They're great and they're over, but they're not ready for a fucking primetime tag title match.
No.
And if Tony Khan books it, they'll go over.
TNT champion Wardlow, where is he? He's stuck in a 6-man tag schmoz for fucking All Out. And FTR, the best tag team in the company, it doesn't have a title match either. But you've got 15 fucking titles. It's a disaster,
too many
man.
titles. I said that a long time ago.
I read today that the Good Brothers are in talks of going back to WWE.
I heard that was one of the first rumblings. It was the podcast or the Supercast that they were on for Ric Flair's Ric Flair's weekend. They talked about it there a month ago.
It came from the horse's mouth exactly that they're in talks of going back to WWE because they want to work for Triple H.
The exact quote out of both of their mouths, because the talking person who negotiates the money would be Machine Gun Anderson, and Machine Gun Anderson goes, "I'll come back for $1 million a year."
Guarantee it, and they'll give it to him. And To somebody's comment that was supposed to have a promo on me about Karrion Kross, dude, he still got exposed. No way, if ands or buts about it. Now, can they make it right? Probably, but I still see
Dude,
he got exposed.
it's his presentation, bro. His presentation is the best in the business right now.
Well,
You're right, because it's being done right.
Yeah, because I can remember many years ago, we were speaking that NXT was the best wrestling show on television. We said that many years ago.
Hands
Now
down.
2 years ago.
Now
2
Raw
years
is
ago.
because they've been drawing over 2 million viewers every week since Triple H took over.
Now Raw and SmackDown is the best wrestling on the planet, bar none.
Can I tell you, all three products are good right now. I started watching NXT again last week. I saw a couple of new guys I was impressed with.
I watched it too.
That's going back to black and gold soon.
I think the Acclaimed would fit perfect down in NXT with is it Nash Carter, who's the last MSK guy?
Yeah.
Wesley.
He would fit perfect.
Fired.
Yes. Do you see him coming back since he's been making indie appearances?
Nash Carter?
Yep.
I don't know.
You don't think Triple H will touch that?
He might.
Yep.
I love what they're doing with Loomis. Right.
Yeah, he appears on Raw, takes the Miz away, and then comes back on NXT and confronts
kisses his wife.
Index. Yes. Pretty good thing. Pretty good stuff they're writing right now.
I think you'll see him with Gargano.
Yeah.
On Monday night.
I think Gargano is going to do. Yeah, I can picture that because I picture Gargano becoming like the next Shawn. I just say this right now. Gargano has the charisma to be the next, not Shawn Michaels, but be Shawn Michaels-esque.
Well, everybody said that. We said that about Adam Cole when he was with the WWE too.
Yeah. I just seen it in that little super kick that he did afterwards. It reminded me of old school DX, with Triple H. I don't know if he's watching the WWE network. I really don't give a damn. But when I seen his promo, when I seen how the crowd accepted him, it just comes off as he could become this generation Shawn Michaels. And Adam Cole could have dropped the ball realistically by going to AEW.
Yep.
Yeah, but nobody saw this coming, Jay. Nobody saw Vince leaving.
Let this sink in. All right, let this sink in. Back in their day, the Clique ran the business. The Clique's running the business now, aren't they?
Well, yeah, because Road Dogg's been hired back.
Kevin Nash is about to be hired as an executive.
I can see that. And how long does Billy stay in AEW?
Not long.
I just hope I hope his sons stay there.
Yeah, keep the ass boys over there.
Reason he's there.
And Regal already wants out. He wants out of AEW.
I've seen enough ass boys on TV, man.
Regal stated, "I don't care if they fire me or not." Getting interesting, my friends. It's getting interesting.
Yeah, I like this. Talking about Gargano, I like to see FYI somehow come back together. And then
DYI.
After their
DYI. Come on, man.
DYI. Okay.
Yeah, get it right.
FYI. FYI, you're a clown, Capelli.
after they tag for a bit, then they'll have their heat with one another, and then that will propel Gargano to where Rumble thinks he kind of is.
I think Gargano becomes a guy that's one of the next is in line that 15 years from now you're talking about him as a Triple Crown. Yep. A guy who wins the tag titles, a guy who wins the United States title, a guy who wins the Intercontinental Championship, a guy who's a world title. and wins the world title. I think he makes all the strides. I think the smart thing, if you really want to build a WWE tag team division, I think you can build that division with with teams like the Viking Raiders, who are now doing what they're supposed to do.
I'm still not a big fan of Hit Row. I don't like Hit Row.
It is what it is.
I have to agree with that too.
I like the big guy, man. I wish the big guy was on his own.
He's the guy I don't like.
Why don't you like him?
If they had Swerve Scott back, it'd be better.
Yeah, but at the same time, build up a tag division is fine. If they're there for that purpose, we need tag teams.
You need to build up a better tag division. Teams like having Gargano and Ciampa together again, making a tag team run, things like that, along with the Viking Raiders, credible tag teams. Heck, I'd bring in, if I was Triple H, give Frankie Kazarian his final countdown. Bring in Christopher Daniels for a couple of years. That's a great tag team that could work with some people. Bring back Motor City Machine Guns like they had down in NXT. Then all of a sudden, Chris Sabin bounced, and Kushida ended up with Alex Shelley. And you know what I mean? And it sucks that Kushida now is gone, and he would have fit in perfect. There's some good dudes that could.
Motor City Machine Guns they're with Impact. I think they're working all out.
No,
Okay.
AEW.
But they're still Impact's property.
Yeah, and they're probably under really loose contracts at this time. And I bet you Vince has not even Vince. I bet you Triple H has a great working relationship with Impact.
Yep.
Why not?
Triple H hasn't burned any bridges yet.
Not yet.
You know how much regret was over the Invasion angle getting squashed by them not opening the door? You'll probably see one now. They'll probably get a second chance at that with Triple H.
It's funny.
I think
Imagine that night if that door had opened.
It's been the greatest moment in wrestling history, man.
I don't even think you have to have this
script.
I'm gonna say this. Could anything have topped that?
Nope.
No. It would have been.
And
chaotic.
you know why? If anything like that ever happened again, you could never believe the reality behind it. You would think it's a work for it to happen, because you truly believed you truly knew there was God's to honest heat between WCW and WWE.
Yeah, but not between Nash, Hall, and Shawn and HBK. You know what I mean?
No. In the ownership division, it was brought on as a problem.
They would have called the action on the fly. It would have been the best moment in wrestling history.
Yes. It's just like this. Tony Khan has been backstage, him and his father, multiple times over the years at live WWE events.
Yeah.
It's no secret. So there is no believability that Tony Khan and WWE have heat, or WWE has heat with Tony Khan.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
What is AEW bringing in on a Wednesday night?
Not even close to 1 million.
900. Okay.
They got $1.5 million this week, but after last week, they're going to get 700 the rest of the way. After last week's bullshit, they pissed off so many people. Then they're going to be 750, and then it will just.
Why is it that they pissed off so many people last week? I need to.
Because they jobbed out Punk.
Oh, poor Punky Poo.
5-minute squash match.
It's because his knee's not ready.
It's his foot, not his knee.
His foot, his knee,
yeah, but
his
they
leg,
should have stripped
whatever.
him of the title, Jay. None of this interim bullshit.
I know, but it's
And I love how AEW is calling Moxley the undisputed heavyweight champion. Monkey see, monkey do.
You know, I look at it this way: John Moxley, other than Roman Reigns right now, Moxley holds what would be generalized as the Super Indie Fed World Heavyweight title and the best Indie Federation World Heavyweight Championship in Game Changer Wrestling, and it's a cult following. And I just don't. I don't think CM Punk. I just think the AEW crowd gravitates more towards John Moxley.
Well,
Than
then, dude, with him,
CM Punk lost
Moxley,
his steam.
Yeah, with Moxley
the following week.
going, yeah, with Moxley going over the way he did, and Punk getting that injury, it made Punk look weak. I don't even know why he did it.
Well, let's see. He kicked him with his right foot and then sold his left foot.
Yeah, but the planting.
I know. His planting foot took so much stress from the fucking.
I just can't believe he even said
from
that.
From the whipping motion of the right foot kicking the head. I get you, yeah.
But that's
All
how
right.
see it though. That's how ridiculous it looks.
I know that. That's why it's more believable for me that if I kick you in the head, it's gonna hurt me more than me using my plant foot. Ow! I think I would have collapsed way quicker, and I wouldn't have been able to kick you. And if my plant foot was hurting that bad, I'm just assuming that. I don't know. I've never experienced that, so I don't know. I just know this, that I have partially torn my ACL 2 times without surgery, 2 times with the cast. It's an overrated sprain to a certain extent, people call it. But it's 16 weeks of being immobile. I can tell you, I know for a fact that I could never stand on my left leg and support weight, even with working it back, and it not feeling weird if I was to get a kick 8 weeks after 16 weeks of it being immobilized. So with that being said, I know a knee's different than a foot, but it's still a plant leg.
Yeah, but to the general audience, it looked exactly like Mike said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just, I'm not, I never noticed that he sold the other foot. Mike, thanks for pointing that out. I just thought he re-broke the foot that he re-injured. That's, so I wasn't watching close enough. Kudos to you and that keen eye that you had going on. Yeah.
Here's the other blunder they got. Go ahead, Mike. The other blunder that they have now here's the other blunder they have for the card now, right? They had Alex, whatever, the one of the jobbiest Dark Order guys roll up Malachi, right? So now you got Kenny Omega and the Bucks versus the Dark Order for the Trios title instead of House of Black.
That's ridiculous.
And you got Swerve Scott and Keith Lee versus the Acclaimed, who I love. They're just not ready for that spot. You got no title match. You got no TNT title match. The card it's a disaster, absolute disaster.
Why do they not have a world title match?
They're running Punk versus Moxley back again.
Oh, really?
It's going to get signed this Wednesday.
Okay.
So he's coming back heel.
He should, because everybody hates him right now.
Yeah. He's coming back heel.
What's the deal with Ring of Honor? Will Ring of Honor make an appearance on this show?
Yeah, of course they will. They have no business being on the show. Tony Khan shouldn't have bought it unless he had a fucking TV deal. It's littering the 2 hours of primetime TV with like 12 titles, 4 of which are ROH titles.
And so here's another thing that came out like 2 days ago. Discovery, which now owns TNT and TBS.
Yeah.
They want to tone it down.
Tone down the language. Tone it completely down.
Probably the blood too.
Yep. So if they do that,
Mm.
they're done.
It's going to hurt them.
Hurt them bad.
Oh yeah. Without a doubt, because that's one of the things that people were liking was the edginess.
Yeah.
So I
Wait
have a
till
great thing. So last night I'm late night TV watching, and it's about 11 o'clock, and I have a wide open Fire Stick where my sports channels are an immense. And all of a sudden, I look on TSN, which is in Canada, and they, if anybody knows, they are owned by ESPN. All of a sudden, I'm watching AEW repeat on TSN in Canada.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
the
being
station.
so that being said, the ESPN network has already a different country, like the communication lines of that product being aired on, say, ESPN in the future could seriously maybe open up.
Well, WWE, we don't get USA, so
Yep.
WWE comes on the Score, which
Yep.
is another cable company here. So
Yeah,
I think
but it's not owned by ESPN. Score has nothing to do with Sports Century.
they're all Score's all Canadian.
Yep.
Score's all like Bell. We got a conglomerate named Bell.
Yep.
They're the ones that do Score.
Yes, I know.
AEW's on TSN, which is the rival competition.
Let him educate you, Jay. He's telling you how it is.
I know that. I have it on. I understand what Score is. I used to watch it at his house. I have TSN. That's how I watch Canadian football. I have TSN 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, so do I, but not all of them, but 2 of them, I think. But anyways, it's like a rivalry, I guess, on communication stations up here.
Yep.
It can be one.
I'm just saying that we're talking about losing edginess. AEW has a communication line that's already open with the parent company of ESPN. What's to say that the popularity can't work its way over to ESPN? Nothing going on ESPN on a Wednesday night.
ESPN will never put AEW on their TV because ABC would have a fucking conniption fit.
Okay.
And
So
you got,
in Canada, it floats, but in the United States, it won't.
Welcome to the cancel culture.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Impact comes on the Fight Network. You get that too. That's Canadian.
Yep, I have that.
So, Fight Network, which I don't. You can watch Impact.
So we'll see what happens. You know, next Saturday should be a good pay-per-view.
That's the WWE's pay-per-view.
Yeah, the Castle.
And then Sunday is NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of NXT, what Worlds Collide is how they get back to black and gold. Because I'll tell you right now, every NXT European champion's going over.
Really?
I guarantee that's how they get back to the black and gold.
Okay.
Yeah, because they released half of the NXT UK guys. And some of them are great wrestlers, man, but they want to really push this NXT Europe thing.
So they combined NXT 2.0 and NXT UK.
Yeah.
Bring back the black and gold, and they're off and running.
Okay. So there's no more NXT UK itself anymore.
Oh, shut it down.
That's why they're doing they're putting together the titles.
They're using all the titles.
Tyler Bate, and then there's a triple threat for the women's title.
So has everything now just been moved to the USA? There is no overseas
not right now, no.
Development.
They're planning on doing NXT Europe.
Okay.
But right now, the UK and NXT 2.0 are going to merge.
Okay.
I like NXT Europe. It's like a broader fan base that people can come and watch. Like, say if you're in Germany watching NXT Europe, you probably have a favorite wrestler from Germany. The same like all through Europe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
it's
think
a
that's a
decent
great
switch.
idea.
I think it's a decent switch. Yeah.
It's a great idea. It's just getting, it's getting the right people in charge of that would write it and make it watchable for their for their viewing audience.
I think you take Robbie Brookside from the Performance Center and put him in charge of NXT Europe.
I don't think he wants that kind of commitment. What's he in his 60s now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's training guys down at the Performance Center.
Yep. Robbie Brookside.
Do it. It would be a great mind to do it.
I hope, because when you were talking to your neighbor, I brought up the whole Bray Wyatt thing.
Yep. Good. Let's talk about Bray Wyatt. I wanted to post that. There's been some rumblings that he is basically pen to paper away from a multi-million-dollar deal. It's been talked about that he will receive WrestleMania main events, title runs, and you will see it will feature The Fiend. So everybody who is thinking about Bray Wyatt coming back, it has been said that it has been talked about that it is The Fiend that will be pushed to the moon.
I think they should not use The Fiend because Vince and let him do Wyndham 6.
Wyndham what?
The name he has on Twitter right now.
Yeah. What's it? Wyndham 6?
Yeah.
But the name just doesn't come off right.
No, Bray Wyatt. It's got to be Bray Wyatt in some shape or form. Bray Wyatt.
I'll be honest with you, when it comes to if he came out with something totally new and was just after his after his ancestral roots and going to his lineage, bringing out the black glove, maybe wearing the cowboy boots and looking like still rough and tough with the beard, and just being a deep motherfucker, I'd buy into it. I would buy into it.
We'll see what happens. I mean, if they bring back The Fiend, great. But they gotta do what they're doing with Cross and fixing what was broken, what they broke.
I like all the little twists and turns that they have brought. They're bringing every week. The matches are going longer. They're not short little cupcake matches. I like the fact
every week they started off with a actual wrestling match instead of a promo.
Yep. True. I wonder where Mr. Jim E. Fingers disappeared to. So which week is the AEW pay-per-view?
2 weeks from today.
Okay. So WWE Battle in the Castle is next week, and AEW is the weekend after that.
Yep.
Do you like the fact that WWE is putting on Saturday instead of Sunday pay-per-views?
Very much so, because I work on Mondays, and now I can stay up and watch it on a Saturday.
Yep.
I don't know. I've got church some Sunday morning, so it doesn't matter to me.
To the general wrestling fan, I'll say this: I think the Saturday pay-per-view is much better.
Yes.
I think to the general person, I think when you watch UFC or a big fight, it was on a Saturday night. It was never on a Sunday.
Nope.
Because they wanted that to make the headlines for the Sunday news, not the Monday news.
Right.
So yeah, I like the. I'm digging the Saturday, and I'm also digging the fact that they're coming to TD North Garden for the Survivor Series, and I heard tickets are insane.
They're sold out.
expensive. Yes, and and it was huge. And Capelli's one of the people has one of the tickets to this sold out event.
Yeah, it sold out in 10 minutes.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I did not hear that.
Yep. Sold out in 10 minutes.
I get in touch with my buddy in town here, who's a season ticket holder to the Celtics, and has first option in his, not for seats, but he has a luxury box that has 10. So I'm gonna find out if he's going.
Well,
It ought to be interesting. The thing is, too, is like with even though it's been said that Triple H has huge plans for Cody Rhodes, what if with all these people coming back and gimmicks being pushed better? What if Cody Rhodes?
They'll have that platform when Cody Rhodes come back. They'll still tell the same story, Rumble.
yeah. Listen,
But the story he had coming in was a steamrolling train.
Yep.
Whereas as now, you gotta start to create before he comes back that fucking proverbial bait to the wrestling fan to make them remember the steamroll he had. If you got guys like Gargano, the Fiend, who get these huge propelled pushes, people like Karrion Kross, I'm just saying, a guy like Cody Rhodes, no matter what you guys want, what anybody wants to say, you only get one time to get that type of momentum that Cody Rhodes had before the injury. They have to find a way to capture that again so that the moment wasn't for nothing. That's
but you also got to look at it this way: when Cody signed with WWE,
yeah,
you can almost guarantee his ironclad contract that he gets a title run.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the popularity.
Why not just throw him right in?
The steamroll he had. That's all I mean. Did the
Throw
pop he had? To say you can bottle that twice is going to be a hard thing. Expect that. I'm saying my belief is because not only of Triple H and Steph and a new regime taking over, but because of the popularity of the Steam, of the guys who are re-signed, that could quite possibly push that type of interest that Cody once had, not to the hugest part of the back burner, but could slow down that momentum. And
I agree. I agree with
that the momentum can't be that. You're saying, if they write it on a piece of paper, he's back to the fucking pop. No, he's not. No, he is not.
So you can't just throw him into the world title?
No, I really firmly believe Cody Rhodes is a player. Don't get me wrong. What I'm telling you, in my honest opinion, is I believe the steam he had, the pop he had, the excitement he had before the injury will be hard to duplicate once coming out of this injury, for the simple fact of the brand new regime taking over and popular characters such as a Johnny Gargano, such as a Fiend, quite possibly, Karrion Kross, and others being pushed in such a different way, shape, and or form that the WWE universe has craved, that this could deter, or I'm saying, not could, it will deter the pop that Cody Rhodes had.
What happens if he can't
come back? Doubt. How does he come back a second time?
He wins the Royal Rumble.
Like, Everybody knows that already. I just don't. I don't think you're getting it. I love you, but yeah, I don't think winning. Can I tell you something? I just don't think winning the Royal Rumble does it. We are
Okay.
months. We're excuse me. With 4 to 5 months away still from the Royal Rumble, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What if Johnny Gargano hits this with 10 rocket ships propelled to his fucking ass? And it just don't dictate for Cody Rhodes coming back from a pec injury to win that Royal Rumble? What if Edge recreates something and it just don't seem as if, okay, Cody was the right thing, but oh my God. You feel what I'm saying? What if something new comes along? Because we all understand that the Royal Rumble is the storyline going into WrestleMania, correct?
I get it's like the story they tell every Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes
Yep.
is in there, but the more people watch and the more people that tune in each week, they'll be invested in the story.
Yeah, that's why I think right now, if you want to keep the, so to speak, wrestler out of that eye, you need to now start. I would start the fresh fall season, second Monday Night Raw of September, or the pay-per-view, that first Monday night. I would go and I'd give you a feedback on Cody Rhodes. Here's Cody coming back, and a music video. Later on in the program, later on, we're going to go and present the Cody ticker again. Now the 1 hour live till we go live to Cody Rhodes, and you show Cody getting done with this, one of his first excruciating, heart-wrenching fucking workouts. That's a work, you know what I mean? Get ready. So that it creates the tear-jerking shit. You let Seth Rollins keep doing what he's doing. Finally in December or so, 3 weeks before, because that way you know Cody can probably do a little interaction but not interact, if you feel what I'm saying. And you pull the same type of stunt that Stone Cold and Brian Pillman pulled back in the day. And all set. I thought I killed you, Cody. I got rid of you. And just beating them down in front. And we just wonder. And for 2 to 3 weeks, you just wonder. It's Cody in the dark fucking room, leading up to Willie B at Royal Rumble, and all of a sudden, the American, and you gotta bring back that tear jerk. You got to bring, in order for him to have that steam, you got to get the fan interest. Have him beat down. He's in a dark place. He truly becomes the American Nightmare.
I got you. So he's not there, so people can't get involved in the story. I got you. What you mean?
That's, you got to get, it's gotta be, you can't just let him come back. You gotta like, this is one thing. I'm taking it. It's a book from Devon, from Bubba Ray Dudley. He said the only way you can keep Cody relevant to the WWE fans, you're gonna have to create something weekly for him, because somebody's bound to get hot. Somebody is bound to become the Kofi Kingston. Remember, Mustafa Ali got injured, and what happened? Kofi Kingston and Kofi Mania was created, correct?
Yep.
So that's all I mean. Cody had a fight. Like, I'm not gonna doubt anybody on this. Cody had the rocket ship tied to his ass to next WrestleMania if he was not injured. I think Cody would have been the Money in the Bank winner. I don't think Austin Theory would have seen that. I think things would have determined much more. That Cody would have had 2 guarantees in his hand. Not only would he had Money in the Bank, but imagine winning Money in the Bank and then going on and winning the Royal Rumble. You would that's 2 shots in one night you could realistically have.
We'll see what happens.
That's what that's just me. I believe you got to in order for Cody to have that same steam. You got to get the American. You got
that rocket again. You got to build the rocket.
You got to. That's just my honest opinion. You got to build that. It's a story, correct?
Yep.
And that's what we need that story to gravitate to. We do. Do we see? And it's rumor has it the WWE is looking. Triple H is looking to upgrade the championships with brand new looks.
I think he should. I think he should bring back the Wing Eagle. To be honest with you,
I think a new version of it, yes. But as much as we hate AEW, I think AEW has one of the best looking titles in the business. I would like to see a title. Yeah, I do. I just do. I think New Japan, before they did away with their World Heavyweight title, I loved theirs. I love the ceremonial plaques that were on the side, that you get a plaque that every time, I thought that was a great look. It's a trophy. It's just like Lord Stanley's Cup. Every time they add another ring to it, once the next ring gets filled, because every Stanley Cup winner's name is engraved on that trophy. That's the one thing I will say. That's the one thing I will say about the Stanley Cup trophy that is so special about that trophy to any other trophy that's in any type of sport is the special. That special, it's just a special effect that the Stanley Cup has. It goes with each player. Each player gets to take it for a week home, and they go around. Who knows what they do on the top of it? What was that?
Nathan McKinnon had a parade in town last week.
Yeah.
20,000 people showed up.
Wow. Yeah, and if you look, every winner's on that cup. I think one of the best belts ever. Everybody loves the Winged Eagle, but there was a belt that Hulk Hogan had, and it was silver, and it was shaped like this. It was before. It was in between the green belt with the gold that Backlund had, and the original and the belt after that Hulk Hogan had. It was a silver one. It was a beautiful looking belt. And yes, I think they should adopt all the colors, the bronze, the gold. Yep, I would make it look like if I was going to create a belt, I would take a globe. Okay? With everything that's up, and I'd break it in 3s. And 2 edges and the middle. I'm a fan of I like the style that the AEW belt has, but the old New Japan before this new one was a gorgeous looking title belt. It looked like a trophy.
I wonder where Fingers went. I wasn't done abusing them.
Yeah, he must have. He had to go. He had to go play with the zucchinis. He had to go play. You know what I like about having the gray beard? When it's this short down here, it only looks like I got the handlebar mustache.
I got grays here, man.
It's all good. I got some good news from the doctor this week. Brain, is working good. In March of 2021, I was 226 pounds. I went for a checkup my regular checkup in March again in 2022. I was 216 pounds. And when I had this vertigo episode, I had to get all my blood work and get weighed, and it was a good thing that I ended up going back 3.5 weeks later to get my, my heart rate messed with and whatnot. But when it all comes down to it, from March of 2021 to August of last Wednesday, I am now down to 194.5 pounds. My diet's working. A little bit of moderate exercise I've been doing with the football team over the past 3 weeks. I'm pretty close. I'm 9.5 pounds away from what I was when I wrestled. But 185 pounds of fat is totally different than 185 pounds of muscle.
Well, good for you.
But so I'm getting now I'll go back in 4 weeks. I'm trying to get my heart rate down and they got me on a heart medication to get my high blood pressure down, small dosage, and hopefully 4 weeks from now they've got everything right, and my cholesterol is looking good, and the doctor said keep it up. So everything's I'm feeling positive right now.
Right on, buddy.
So,
well, since we're throwing numbers down, since March of this year, I've lost 45 pounds.
Good, buddy.
My A1C is back to a 5.8. It was a 14 when I got diagnosed as a diabetic.
Wow.
I am 14 pounds away from being what I was at my motorcycle accident.
And that would be
300 pounds.
Oh wow, Mike, I didn't think you got up that high, brother.
I was 350 pounds in March.
Holy fuck! No way, you didn't look it.
Oh yeah.
My God, man, God bless.
I weighed myself this morning. I was 314.
Good for you, man. Fucking a shout out to Mike, man. 50 fucking pounds, bro. 50 pounds. I love it.
I'm down 2 pant sizes and the shirt size.
Good for you, man.
So
keep it going. Good for you. I love to hear it.
Remember the first gear that I bought for Apocalypse?
Yep.
It fits.
20 fucking years ago.
Yep.
What about the first stuff that I ordered for you?
That's what I'm talking about.
Holy shit. Mike, that stuff was old school. I ordered that shit from Stagecoach, I think, for you.
No.
Or K&H.
Yep.
The K&H, yep. Stagecoach was the boots guy.
Mr. Fuji pants.
Yep.
Because I'm bringing back Apocalypse for a couple shows, and that's what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Well, good, man. Yeah. It's all positive for everybody here that last
only if I can grow my hair back, then it'd be perfect.
Can always grow back and have it like Iceman King Parsons.
No, I'm good.
Probably the most positive thing in my life right now is I'm having a book signing in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Who gives a shit? No, I'm just kidding. I saw that. Good for you.
And who's going to be and who will be doing the book signing with you? Is there other people, or is it?
Oh no, I put some Facebook ads out, and like the impressions or reach is over 2,000.
Good for you.
Wow.
But I put posters up around the city the other day, but I only got like a little under 90 books to sell, so if I sell them all, I'll be happy.
Yeah, but you can just take orders, right? Like,
well, that's what I told my mom. She said, "What happens when it sells out?" I was like, "Just have to tell them to go onto Amazon and get the book." That's how they can get it.
If I was you, I'd have my own little slide cube that attaches to Amazon in case you. Well, here's the book right here. You just slide. Here's the way,
and then Amazon only takes 5%, brother.
Yep.
I would do that. I would open up an Amazon shop.
I would order Amazon shop, and then you could have it right there yourself and not even have the books on. You have a little
They take 5% of the total. So if you sell like 100 books, you're only taking 5% of what you made.
No, I'm all right with it. Like if they, I'm pretty sure like I'll just have enough books. But if I do run out, there's nothing. If I tell them to go on Amazon, I'll get a royalty check from it. So
Yep. Good.
Because I'm
So
I'm opening my T-shirt business through Amazon and Etsy.
Yep. Cool.
I told you what I bought, right?
Yeah, I seen the machine. Cool. I'll be talking to you.
Let me know.
So Kelly, how was your wrestling? Your few wrestling shows you had?
yeah, it went great. I wrestled, did a 6-man tag in a battle royal the first night, and then the second night I wrestled a kid from Oshawa, Ontario named Andrew Love, and went real well. And then the third night I wrestled a guy from Montreal called Moredes, and that went really well. So my ankle's holding up. I put a couple sleeves on it and stretch out the back, say a prayer, and go wrestle.
Yeah, good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Got another booking at the end of September with Dana.
Yep.
And then the guy that runs Epic, the ones I just wrestled, the promoter that I showed you the other night when we were in Digby.
Doug Roba.
Yeah, he's throwing a couple shows in October.
He reached out to me. I
Oh,
told him.
did he?
Yes, I told him at this present time and day I was not available for bookings. That I am more or less the summer of 2023, or because I'm contracted from the school, I cannot do anything dumb or look to take any time off at this time in juncture. Because if I was to take a day off as a school teacher and then come back with a black eye and have to explain why I took 3 days off, I just don't feel like doing.
Understood.
So I told him I was looking forward to doing business with him in the future, and I would love to come out next summer. And I'm hoping that because I don't want to ride alone. So I'm hoping that the guy who is a screen over to the far right will get himself a passport.
I have one.
Drive to fucking Canada with me.
I'm in.
All right.
You gotta. If Rumble always has his air mattress on the floor, I got a coach right here for you, buddy.
I'm in. One last run, brother. Me and you.
Yeah.
Tear it up.
I will make sure our travel and our lodging is all good. And if there is other money at the end of if there's other money at the end of the rainbow, we will get it. But I will make sure that not a dime comes out of our pocket.
And Doug will do that for you, though.
I know he will.
I am in all the way.
All right. Cool.
Before I hang them up, I want to be able to say it wrestled out of this country.
Well, can I tell you, for everything, like Mike, this is my year anyways, that I just, between me, you, and everybody else, I've now gone down to summertime wrestling. I will, and when I do wrestle in the summertime and I choose to, I really just would rather wrestle people that I enjoyed wrestling from my past. And you've always been one of my past favorites. Not only that, you're one of my brothers in life.
Always, brother, always.
When I first started promoting in this business, at a drop of the hat, there's nothing you wouldn't do for me. And especially I owe you for that nightmare that we took in that U-Haul truck when I stunk you up with my feet in that front.
Dude, that wasn't a nightmare. That was
at least
that was a classic moment, and it was basically
as much as nobody wants to believe this, but you and I performed in front of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And
you
we
and I,
show.
and you and I both witnessed him go under the ring. He came back and asked how the ring was built with the beams. So I don't want to say it, but I'll say it. But I think my ring is one of the main reasons how The Rock went back to the WWE and said, "Man, it was like these tubes that went across, and it was incredible." I believe my ring in New York at Bally's Fitness. The grand opening had a lot to do with the way the WWE changed their ring.
We slept 3 hours, wrestled, and pissed everybody off because we blew everybody out of the water, packed up, and drove the fuck home.
That's right.
That was one of the best moments of my wrestling career that night.
Well, I owe you Canada, and if there's one last thing I could do, I did it for everybody else. I'm gonna take care of you because you took care of me. And you're still here 25 years fucking later.
Yep. Yeah, we've been friends for a long time, brother.
Yep.
We've been friends for a long time.
But I can even put you over with Doug if you want me to.
Yep, go ahead. Well, boys, it's been a fun Sunday special. I had fun talking some wrestling, so we'll figure next Saturday night.
Yeah. Not at fucking 11:30 at night.
No, we got the pay-per-view next Saturday. Let's make this pre-show to the pay-per-view.
All right, cool. That works for me.
All right, boys.
Pay-per-view comes on in the afternoon.
What time?
2 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right, then it is a pay-per-view. We will pay-per-view review show next Saturday night. I'll put it to you this way: 9 to 9:30. I won't come on at 10 to 10:30. All right, cool. All right. Yeah. So to everybody out there, thanks a lot for listening. Jimmy Fingers, wherever the hell you disappeared to, brother, we'll catch you later.
All right, this is for you, Fingers. Right
and
here.
Everybody, have a great week. Don't care about the dirty looks. Yo, I take for what it